Well, hello, Claire. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you because this is so useful. And we have an unusual, a blind we don't sell as many of today. And I'm sure our other customers are going to find this information, your story, invaluable. So, Claire, can I just ask you to cast your mind back to when you created this orangery and what you were trying to do? What was your vision?
10 years ago, we've got a beautiful outlook over fields in the countryside, and we wanted to create a larger family space. That was the idea, and we decided on an orangery because we wanted to still feel home rather than it to be a whole glass building. We wanted to be quite homely, so we've got like a lower wall, but again, plenty of light and glass as well. So for the best of both worlds, and windows and doors rather than bifolds. Again, also keeps the more insulation. The more wall you've got, the more you can insulate. So yes, we got it built and loved it. We've got sofas and a TV, and it's become the family room we wanted. And we spend most of our time in here. We eat in here. My daughter will even come to the breakfast bar and bring us work in here to study, just because it's such a lovely place to be with the light. The light's lovely, and it's like outside inside space.
Yeah.
So
So, would it be correct to say that this is your favorite room of the house? And when did you get it built?
10 years ago, 2016. Yes, 10 years ago.
Oh, so you've had it a long time, and
Yeah,
you've got that
we
beautiful inside-outside space with the fields behind. Yeah, yeah. And when did you start realizing that shading was an issue?
Well, from the start, it was an issue, but you can throw the doors open and get rid of some of the heat. We've got an aircon system in here as well, just about copes with it. Everything fades because of the sun. We've had to have our sofa recovered, and we've actually managed to find a fabric which is fade resist, which has worked so far, but we had to have the whole sofa recovered. You have to be careful with pictures and any nice sort of artwork or whatever, because that will fade. But we live with it. We love it that much. As I say, it cools down when you open the doors. And then it was some years ago, I guess maybe 4 years ago, I was at a friend's house and she had a lantern, largish lantern, and with an electric blind. And I didn't know there was such a thing that could go just straight across and almost create a ceiling. I'd only ever seen the little sort of ones that go in sections, the concertina ones that go in sections everywhere and would just collect flies and dust, and I didn't want that, and I didn't want anything to block the view, any kind of block. We've got no blinds, no curtains, no nothing, because we want the view the whole time. So that's what gave us the idea of an electric blind of that type.
Yeah. And was it the heat you were trying to deal with most, or the fading?
Um, Both, and the glare. I mean, if you come when you come down in the morning and it's sunny, first thing in the morning, and you're blinded. We have literally worn sunglasses in the morning sometimes when it's been that bright. So it's the glare on the TV. You can't really see the TV. So it's both, yes, heat and glare.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. So you'd discovered these electric roof lantern blinds,
Yes, yeah.
and which options did you look at afterwards? Did you talk to many companies?
Um, Not really. The friend that had it, she bought it, came with the house, so she didn't know who had installed theirs. And I just went on to Google, and that's where I found yourselves. I think because this was in 2023 that we first started looking, and I think a couple of people couldn't do a blind for this size. I wanted to keep it as simple and minimalistic as possible. Ideally one blind, and yeah. So I think yeah, you were the only one we found that could do the type of blind we wanted for the size.
Yeah, it's worth saying it's almost 3 meters wide, your roof lantern, by 7 meters, bang on 7 meters long. So we have a 20 square meter opening,
Mm,
approximately, which
yeah.
which is rather large. So yes, it is. It does surpass what most electric roof lantern blinds can possibly do. Um, yeah, and if we try and make a system too big, it gets saggy and wrinkly. The fabric can stretch, so the engineering has to be right. It's wrong to put in a blind that's not designed for 20 square meters in. So you had this discussion with Chris,
Yes, we just
and
Zoom call, and it was all feasible. Um, uh, Obviously, not being able to picture it, how we were really concerned that it would spoil the look of the orangery. As I say, it's very minimalistic, and we didn't want anything to sort of spoil the look of it and the feel of it. So that was a concern, and we looked at maybe having two blinds meeting in the middle, or different configurations. So we were quite happy after we'd had a chat, but then we sort of put it on the back burner and didn't really do anything about it. And felt we ought to look elsewhere as well, because as much as we were quite impressed with the product over the Zoom call, we thought we should look elsewhere. Don't just go to the first place. And they did nothing until last year. And then came back. We looked at some more. Again, I had somebody come out and measure up, but their product was it was an electric blind, but it was the concertina double fabric stuff, and we get
or
so
the
many.
honeycomb fabric.
Yeah. I mean, it was electric blind, but yeah, that would be that we get so many flies in here with all the doors open in summer, and that would have just been a nightmare. They did say we can clean it at a certain period, if we can come and clean it for you and that kind of thing, but you just don't want most of the time there to be sort of dead things floating around inside. So and also I don't think they could do it from one end to the other. No, they couldn't. I think it had to be either be two meeting in the middle, or going from one side to the other, but there would have been cords and stuff going on as well. And the meeting in the middle, there had to be something for them to join. So there would have had to be some kind of joining strip down the middle. So I wasn't too happy with that. So we came back to yourselves. And but the concern with one large blind was the cassette, because it's all obviously got to roll into one side of the orangery. So again, we said, could it go from one side to the other? Because if it was the house side, maybe you don't see the cassettes quite so much. So could there be two that ran alongside, and then again so we looked at every option, and in the end we decided we would go with just one, just to keep it as simple as possible, with the large cassette. But we did think that large cassette at one end of the room, we're not going to like it, but we'll get used to it. So I even mocked up out of cardboard the shape of it to see how big it was going to look up there, and I thought, I'm not going to like it. It's going to be white and it'll all blend in, and we'll get used to it. So that was a concern. We just didn't want anything to spoil this space that we love so much, that we spend so much time in.
Yeah, and the blind's called the Hercules, and he went for a Panama Pro fabric in a sort of white pearl color, so almost white. But the cassette is 16 centimeters tall and about 20 centimeters wide, in fact, and is slightly rounded at the top to be a bit more discreet. So that was a concern. And many customers worry about the hardware and will it obstruct the light coming through, and will it take away from the minimalism of the space? What are your thoughts about that?
When they came and fitted it, and really, really surprised at how unobtrusive it was and how it just kind of blends in. And yes, it does. It does come out a fair way into the space, but it just it hasn't spoiled anything. And as large as it is, with people we have friends come, they've not even noticed it.
Oh, okay. So yes, so it's just part of the orangery then.
Yeah, exactly. So very, very happy with how it just blends in.
Yeah, and one of the other challenges, of course, with a blind that's 3 meters wide, or almost 3 meters wide, is there aren't many fabrics that go 3 meters wide and 7 meters long in one piece, and you end up with joins in the fabric.
Yeah.
And that's especially visible with a screen fabric where you can see through it a little bit, or lets more light through. So
Mhm.
in this case, the fabric you've got is designed to be just over 3 meters. So you don't have
Mhm.
any joins, do you?
No joints. No, it's just yeah, just fabric. That's all you see.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the challenges is whether, when you've got 20 square meters, whether there's going to be wrinkles near the side channels, whether there's going to be a bit of sagging in the middle, whether the hem bar's going to bend. And but this is engineered, isn't it? What would you say? Would you think it's flush?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's there's nothing. Yeah. It's literally just like a ceiling, like as it goes across when it's yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
that's incredible. So I'll just mention the tech bit. There's 80 kilos of tension across the length of the fabric holding it, whereas the smallest blinds we do start around 8 kilos to 10 kilos of tension on the fabric. So it's just a different animal, this blind. It's a totally different piece of engineering uh, to get that clean finish.
Mhm.
So I guess you haven't had any sun, Claire. This we
Not
are
not
we are in February. It's been
yeah,
rained for about 40 days.
yeah. So we really haven't haven't used it. Haven't needed to, unfortunately. But it's all working fine anyway. But yeah, hasn't really been any need for it at the moment.
So you haven't been able to test the glare on the
Much.
TV much, the
No, no.
heat coming through. So fingers crossed we'll get some sunshine soon. But
Yeah.
what will happen? It's a 1% openness factor, so it's going to reduce the glare substantially for viewing the television.
Mhm.
Oh, you won't need sunglasses anymore in there. And the heat rejection, it's almost white, so it's a white pearl, so the reflection is very good. So there'll be considerable reduction in solar gain across that 20 square meters of space.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, at some point you made up your mind to go for it. So you had a period where you left it for a couple of years and then you decided to move forward. What was that
Yeah.
moment like when you decided, how did you decide to move forward?
Well, we had a pretty good summer last year, didn't we? Lots of sun, lots of heat, lots of wearing sunglasses indoors. I think that was what made it. We've got to do something because it's just to make it more bearable to be in the space. But I was well once we decided we've got to do it. Whether it's a bit ugly on we've just got to live with it because it's we can't tolerate it with the heat and the glare anymore. So it was a concern about the cassette. We just thought, well, we'll get used to it.
Mm.
We're very pleasantly surprised at how inconspicuous it is.
Yeah, and you're in excellent company because virtually everybody worries about hardware and
Yeah, yeah,
something straddling the gap in the
yeah.
recess,
Mhm.
whether it obscures the light a lot and et cetera, et cetera. So, and most people are, well, I think everybody's pleasantly surprised that it becomes part of the recess.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And the installation process, because this is a 20 square meter
Mhm.
blind, how did you find that? Can you describe it?
Um, Quick, like just almost a day, not even a full day. Yeah, it was very straightforward. They just brought in all the obviously great lengths of stuff, and it all went up very very quickly. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, not much to say about it because it was very quick, very clean, very straightforward, tidy and neat, and no marks on the walls or anything like that. Yeah, that was extremely straightforward. I didn't think it would go up as quick as it did.
Yeah, yeah, and the team try their best to avoid dust coming down, trying to catch the dust.
You guys were brilliant. Yeah, yeah, really nice guys. Yeah, yeah. Who happened to be local to us actually as well, as it happens.
Yes, yeah, you're very close, which was great
Yeah,
from a delivery perspective for us.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was just very impressed. That was quite painless
Yeah,
and dust and everything.
yeah, and I've just got a couple more questions. That's it, really. But first, it's the million-dollar question: is Claire, would you recommend Window Treat as a company to friends and family?
I would definitely, yes. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's music to my ears. And the question everybody else wants me to ask you is can you show the blind in action?
I can, yes. There you go. I've not used it much as I say because of lack of sun, but that was the wrong button. There we go. It's still light even when it's closed. There's still plenty of light comes through. You can move around if you're going. It takes a while. It's a big space.
Yeah, but it's relatively quiet,
Yeah,
and the finish is looks flawless.
it is, yeah.
Well, Claire, thank you ever so much for sharing your vision, your story about your inside outside space, your favorite room. And I know other customers will love to hear about your project. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.